What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? So, us black men. This video, I want to touch on us good black men because I've been doing a lot of searching on little video sites and going on YouTube and listening to certain content creators that I like to listen to. And I'll probably end up, like citing, I guess that's the word for it, as I get more into this. But for right now, I'm gonna just talk on what I can mentally remember from the things that I've seen or whatnot. And the two topics when it comes to black men, us good black men, and I'll give a little bit of description what I mean by that, because I think outside of the spiritual realm, they, how they say, Yahweh says there really is no good man in his eyes, for whatever, for all the faults that we have as human beings and mistakes that we've made as Hebrews and all that good old jazz. But I've noticed the two major, because we've been taking shots from all over the place. First off, you got Obama ass coming out taking shots about the election and things like that. Then you got Micheal coming out taking shots at us, things of that nature. And the other topic that I really think us black men been kind of taking shots from, and this is coming from our counterparts in black women, our beautiful black women, is the whole baby mama thing. Like the men that don't want to date women with kids. And for the sake of holding us men accountable, I'm gonna exclude the gentlemen that have kids, right? Because in this whole idea, the good man in my mind is the men that we hear our women say that don't exist no more. Like a lot of the times I hear, where are the 30-year-old men with no kids and morals that want to love on their woman and things of that nature? And we out here, we exist, we are probably more in abundance than it seems like the individuals that our lovely ladies decide to love on and have babies with and do things like that. Because to be honest, the 1% of physical specimen, the top 15% of good looking genetics, again, that's a small amount. That's not in abundance. It's not like fucking Denzel Washington's every motherfucking where. You don't turn the corner and see an Idris Elba all the time. But nigga, if you walk your ass in a Walmart, you gonna see about 30 motherfuckers that probably look like me. Regular ass nigga, regular ass dreads, with common motherfucking sense. The only thing that I lack, that I would say that most women that they preach to and that they're not necessarily wrong for wanting in the sense of relationship, is the financials. As a black man, nigga come from poverty, nigga did everything he was supposed to do to try to make it, went to college, did all the good old stuff, and life just happens. And so I'm currently working on my business. I'm doing this shit like jumping on YouTube, making videos, and aspiring to be the thing that our mothers and our fathers said, young man, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna be great. You're gonna be a doctor, you're gonna be a lawyer. And maybe I don't wanna be a doctor or a lawyer. Maybe I just wanna be a nigga with some cash so that I can implement ideas that I've learned from this journey of finding out who we are as people, Yahuwah and Yahusha, and the things that were disguised to us as something else to make us believe and act and think and treat each other the way that we do. Yeah, I just want to be a man with financial gains to be able to uplift those in the communities that we come from, right? So maybe you don't want to be those type of things anymore, but you still want to be successful, and that's what you strive to be. So when I hear these lists of, oh, I want a man with this, I want a man with that, I want a man with that, and we just gonna start with our women to get that out the way, because I don't want our women to think that I'm jumping on their case. Because when I make my video to advocate for our women and the shit that we do as men, be it good or bad, that kind of affects our situations, I'm gonna be supporting the sisters too, because I come from a black woman. So that being said, I'm starting there. Our women have a list of things, this, that, and the other. And we often struggle as regular average good dudes, the 30 motherfuckers that you'll find in a Walmart or walk into a Target. Them are the ones that are more in abundance than the 6'4", 6'5", chiseled looking nigga with all the eyes and the hair and the money that would somehow turn away from the things that money and those looks and those genetics can offer them. There are astounding gentlemen of the African American persuasion, FBA, that have the top 15% genetics, the financials and everything, and then they find a woman either equal and they take her, love her, and do everything they're supposed to do, right? There's those. But again, our women are fighting, majority of our women are fighting for that scenario. Whether they're physically inclined to get it, because I think in some aspects as a man, I'm not necessarily gonna walk up to a physically attractive woman without something that I know she might want, right? That's just natural. And whether physically attractive means societal or just to you in your eyes, I'm not gonna approach unless I think I got something that I know she might want. It's easier to do it with the money. So like I said, our women are fighting for the top 15%, and we as men, the average good man, like I say, I'll describe myself, 30 years old, no kids. I work. My dad taught me how to love a woman. My dad taught me how to love myself. If I ever met an opposite, I would treat her right. I would do everything to treat her right. That's how you're supposed to be as a man. So why is it that we catch so much flack? Niggas catch so much flack, and I'm not talking about the deadbeats, because we have those. You often will say to a woman something along the lines of, well, there's good men out there, and it's like, where? And you could point to a motherfucker that's a good man, and they'll find something about that man that to them wouldn't be acceptable to date, but doesn't necessarily disclassify that person as a good man. And so I'm here for the good gentleman like myself to say, brothers, keep it 100. No, we are not wrong for not wanting to date women with kids at all whatsoever. And for any woman that would be mad at a single man with no kids, that would respectfully just be like, for the sake of you having children and I don't, I can't fuck with you, boo. I want to, and that's not my fault. It ain't my fault. I mean, I see so many women that, as a 30-year-old man with no kids, morals, and all that shit that they say that they want, which I think be big cap, but that's a whole nother topic. It's a whole nother topic. See, and that's like, I'm attacking, and I'm not trying to attack, but I do think that be big cap because the results don't show. The actions don't show. I mean, if you wanted to bring race into it and compare, I mean, I'm out here in Janesville delivering, and I see so many situations where I see two people in a relationship with kids, and you can obviously tell, like, you can judge. We judge based off what we see. Now, whether you do it maliciously or not is personally upon you and who you are as a person, but everybody judges what they see off top. So if I see a chick and a dude together, I can deduce from a distance of like, yeah, that's credit right there, because why is that skinny ass nigga with that fat ass white girl? Certain things just don't make motherfucking sense, and you put two and two together, it's like, yeah, that's probably credit. Are you gonna walk over there and ask to make sure? Like, who really gives a fuck? But that's probably credit, my nigga, because I just don't see it no other way. So when I'm out here in Janesville and I see these couples with these kids, and you can tell that, yeah, they just with each other probably because they like each other, or they understand the idea of financials, and it works. And not at any point in time did this chick who is taller than this white man look at him and say, well, I'm not about to be with him because he ain't 6'2", right? Things of that nature, where it's not wrong for men on the same foot to do the same things. So fellas, if you out here and you relatively young, because I'm in my 30s, I think I'm relatively young. I still got a lot of life to live. I don't got no kids. I'm currently getting out of a situation that I was in, again, trying to love a woman, trying to love and be the man that not women ask me to be, but the man I was taught to be. Because women will ask you to do one thing and then cheat on you with another thing. Gratefully, that didn't happen to me, but at the end of the day, I know men that have dealt with stuff like that, that have built a nest for a woman to be something, and then it all gets flipped on his head for something that's not rooted in anything solid. So what do we need to do as the good men? Again, I'm disqualifying the baby daddies. I'm disqualifying the cheaters. I'm taking out all the things that our queens can nitpick a nigga about when I talk about the fact that good niggas should not have to withstand the responsibility of bad decision making by the women that we may find attractive. Just because I find you attractive doesn't mean I should have to deal with your bad mistakes, and I should be able to disclude you for those mistakes. I don't necessarily have to demean you or degrade you, but I could definitely tell you no. And in a situation like myself, it wouldn't hit hard for a woman, simply because women in this day and age care more about financials, because financials probably is the best thing to ensure security in their mindset. The richer a nigga is, the more he can provide materially. So to the eyes, it's like, well, yeah, he can do way more for me than anybody else. But if a nigga had $1 million but wasn't prepared to die for you, I don't know, unless you're gonna put $1 million fucking bulletproof vest on and fucking stop. What is that man gonna do for you when it's time to really put some shit together and then put his life on the line, if it ever came to that? So there's things to think about when it comes to that. And men, don't ever be, us good men, don't be ashamed, because on mamas, that's the rule. No more of us niggas dating these women with kids, unless you vet them. I'll give you that, vet them. Make sure they got a lot of motherfucking common sense, like, or whatever sense they had that got them in that situation. Make sure that they've learned from it, or they figured it out, or they don't want to live that lifestyle no more. Just make sure you cover yourself, and if you a man that don't want, then don't want, and you ain't wrong for that. And so that's my little point of view on that, because I really been seeing that a lot, about men not wanting to date the women with kids. Why is it bad that women got kids? What about the men that fuck us and leave us with the kids? And I get it. Them niggas are bum ass niggas. They bum ass niggas for having kids and leaving them. Period. Like, I don't care if you fuck the thotty. I don't care if you fuck the dummy. I don't care if you impregnated I don't care why, as a man, you don't like this woman anymore. For you to impregnate a person and not think about those things is just ill shit on you as a nigga. And that's how I was raised. And I'll tell that to my niggas over there. I'll tell it to my niggas over there, and then go out in the back and we can go smoke and talk about it and cuss each other out about it and all that other shit, because that's just how I feel. Having kids and ditching is some fucked up nigga shit that a lot of our niggas do. And that's why them niggas are excluded when it comes to what I deem to be a good black FBA man. We out here. And if you don't want us because of our financials, then fine, you're well within that right. Don't. Because when a nigga get up, when a nigga get that money, because that ain't gonna stop us from trying to get the money. It ain't gonna stop us from trying to be something. It ain't gonna stop us from trying to get there. And when we get there, then what? By the time we get there, what? The ones without kids probably would have had kids already, because y'all want what y'all want, and that's fine. You can have what you want, but again, life is gonna life. So when these niggas like myself And a lot of us are more likely the nerds that come from the hood. Us niggas, when we start coming up and we start telling y'all no, just don't take too much offense to it, because it probably ain't got nothing to do with y'all personally, because we don't even really know y'all like that. We see you, you fine, ooh, you got kids, and you acting like you not just trying to clap. You not gonna just let me fuck or make you feel good or just be in your life that way, because just because you got kids don't mean I can't tap that ass up and do you right that way if I'm feeling you attractively. And if you're not willing to do that, then I'm able to say, all right, bet then, cool, I'm out of there, if I'm not looking for a relationship, because that's the ability I have. That should be the reward for seeing bad bitches that want to fuck you in college and saying, no, I'm good because I'm focusing on my studies and I'm not trying to get pregnant or putting on a condom or being that square nigga that don't want to go out to the park. That's the luxury we get. We get that. That's for us. And y'all could have had it too, right? For whatever reason. If it ain't nothing that was completely out of your control, or a nigga hemmed you up and made you have a baby, that's what you chose. And so that's my little point of view on when it comes to this nagging I've been hearing about niggas without kids not wanting to fuck with bitches with kids. Sorry, but not sorry. And then when it comes to the political side, this ain't got nothing to do just with the women, but man, I watched the video this morning about one of our queens fucking talking crazy shit about niggas need to die because we don't want to vote for Kamala. Okay, so we need to die because we smarter than the average bear was about 30 years ago politically, or we think we are, or whether we're on the wrong side of history or the right side of history, niggas is standing up. Niggas feel the attack. You got women talking about on all aspects of the scale. You don't vote for Kamala, you're getting divorced. There's all types of crazy shit. But I'm gonna focus on us black men because we've been catching plenty of hell. Like I said, from Obama to fucking Micheal to even our black women wilding on us because we ain't going for the Democrats no more. And that's a big political argument that I'm not gonna delve super deep into. Again, I'm not at the point in time where I can start really diving into shit the way I want to. I'm just a nigga working, trying to make some money and do something bigger in life. Like I say, I'm putting my money into my business, and I'm starting my little channel, and I'm about to start aspiring more in the physical than I do in the mental. So I'm not able to delve into detail just yet about politicals and all the things I've learned and understand about it. But at the end of the day, what I think people need to understand is that we waking up as niggas, as black people as a whole. We waking up because not all of our women are against us when it comes to this whole Kamala thing. And no, a nigga didn't vote for Donald Trump either. Not at all, because I don't understand about this whole, what people don't understand about the two wings of the same bird. You vote for this side, you vote for this side, but they working for the same motherfucking column. It just don't make any sense to me. And I'm one of them ilk that feel like a lot of our black FBA men, young and some now old, are starting to realize is that we can't keep just falling in this cycle of voting because a motherfucker's quote unquote black. Because she's not. She just ain't. That is what it is. And that ain't really the reason why she need to be disqualified. Because if she wasn't black, but she was talking about reparation for niggas, get her in there. Sign her up. If she was black, sign her up. Who gives a fuck? She a woman, sign her up. Who gives a fuck about who you are if you ain't really trying to do shit for us at the end of the day? And that's where black men are. And whether women or the United States sees that or not, I just pray that once it's all said and done, that yeah, we understand that us good black men are more than what this society has turned us into. We're not followers. A lot of the things that we deal with stem from shit that comes from before we were even born. Like I said in one of my last videos, only got 2 of them motherfuckers. But we come from a lot of trauma. We come from a lot of inbred activity. We come from a lot of just debauchery. We are a group of people that are unlike any on the face of this earth. We are a byproduct of the people that snatched us up and took us over here, whether we want to believe that shit or not. A smooth byproduct. That is a creation unlike anything on this earth. And so we are a species of individuals, us black men, that are learning more and more about the world around us and about what affects the things that we've always cared about. Black men, I believe, have always cared about financials. They've always cared about protecting. They've always cared about manhood and being a leader. Don't no man really want to be led. No real man wants to be led by anybody or anything outside of another true leader that's probably a male. All of these natural things within us, we've always been. As black people, I feel like from the things that I've learned, we've always been more conservative than anything else. Why do you think that? Because the motherfucking slave owners that fucking brought us up in the South was fucking conservative. It wasn't a bunch of liberals, I don't think, and even if they were classified that politically, the mindset was still of capital, resources, the shit you own, i.e. the niggas that you got in your plantation. Like, it was all about that capitalism shit, keeping it in the family, which is what Republicans and conservatives have always been about from my remembrance as a kid growing up. So we're learning more about what it's gonna take to survive. And unfortunately, what it's gonna take to survive is not, and I'm gonna say this, it's not rainbow flags. Rainbow flags ain't gonna help us survive. As black men, as black families, as black women, it's not. As Hebrews, we not gonna survive with the rainbow flag. And never once was we ever really, we didn't get snatched up over into America carrying rainbow flags. That wasn't our heritage. It wasn't our culture. It wasn't our thing. Like the fucking abortion, that wasn't our thing. Wasn't our thing. How the fuck is Africa so populated with melanated people if abortion was our thing? It just wasn't. So why the fuck is that the leading charge for why we should, as men, vote this woman into it just don't make no motherfucking sense. And for everybody to be jumping on our motherfucking neck and back, trying to act like we gonna be the detriment of this motherfucking society. No, we not. Give us our reparations and stop acting like being a man is such a horrible fucking thing to be. For everybody else that's not a black man in America and ain't a good black man in America that want to do good things, that want to fucking make enough money, get rich, build communities, buy land, fill it up with black people, do the shit that I'm out here seeing white people do all the motherfucking time. Everybody talking about migrants and shit like that. I'm out here seeing them building new shit on land every day, and when them houses go up, it's Switzerland flags, it's Deutsch flags, it's all these other motherfucking flags of people that don't come from this bitch and didn't help build this motherfucker at all whatsoever, and they out here living good as a bitch. Meanwhile, we out there in the hoods, we in West Lawn on Silver Spring in Milwaukee, arguing about fucking Kamala Harris. Bro, we need to figure it out. Get off our necks a little bit. Facts, because niggas out here trying. Get off our necks or help niggas try. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. And that's part of why I'm going to be out here reaching out, getting my voice out here to the streets a little bit more. Because Lord, we need it. And P.S. Jordan's the GOAT.